Okay, we're now live. Hey, how you doing, Appliance Boot Camp, family and friends, YouTube family and friends? This is Mike Sneed coming to you again. I'm gonna give YouTube a few minutes to go out and send out notifications to let everybody know we're here. Tonight is a call-in show. I'm gonna put the number to call in the chat. If you would like to call in, that's the number you can call in at. Want to thank everybody who's joining us, who's going to be coming in. Also, I want to remind everybody that we have the hands-on live event coming up August the 15th. We're also going to have one on August the 22nd. If you're an alumni, you need to go there to the actual, uh, go over to your Teachable website and actually register to come. Unfortunately, because of now with the coronavirus, and they kind of limit how many people we can actually have show up. So what I need you to do is actually go there and register so I know who's coming and make sure that we have space for you. If you don't see any space available, that means that we don't have that we filled at capacity. I'm going to be announcing a couple of more live events coming up in the next couple of weeks. But it is going to be you got to go there and register. I think we might be pretty much filled in already for the 22nd and the 15th. So I'm gonna be adding a couple more dates. But if you come in, you need to go there and reserve a seat. Even if you're an alumni who's just coming back again, you need to reserve that seat because we have to actually limit how many people can actually be here. And also check your emails because I send out emails with updates whenever I send add new live events or what's going on within the courses and stuff. Be sure to be checking out your emails. Also, we're gonna have our open house. That's gonna be September the 5th. That's gonna be Labor Day weekend. That's on a Saturday. That's gonna be the open house for Appliance Boot Camp. For everybody to come here. It's like our little grand opening. We have everything here done. And if you want to come see the new facility, hang out with us, celebrate, and just my way of telling everybody thank you for all that you have done with Appliance Boot Camp and over this past year for us getting this up. We've only been here a year, and just my way of telling you all thank you, and for us to celebrate for everything that everybody have accomplished in this short amount of time. Also, if you're in the area, July 5th, that's going to be on a Sunday. I'm gonna be planning to do like a little soft opening with the ice cream parlor. So if you're around the area, July 5th, I'm gonna do a little soft opening with the ice cream parlor on that day for people who want to come actually see the building and whatnot. Um, so you can come out and kind of hang out. We're gonna open it for a couple hours just to let people come in, see it, sample some of the ice creams and stuff like that and just do a little soft opening just to show it, introduce it to the community. So I want to make everybody aware of that. If you're in the area, you please feel free to actually stop in. I love to see you, and I love for you all to see that what we have. And that's what I'm planning for the 5th. I'm hoping I can have my freezers and stuff in by then. But I'm pushing hard for July 5th to actually have like a little soft opening just so I can introduce it to the community. Well, we're gonna get into the topic that we have today. Coming off of Father's Day weekend, I thought this would be a good subject, and of how I was just thinking about it over the holidays, with being Father's Day, seeing all the stuff that people were doing especially the fathers being celebrated, all the stuff that was going on with people posting pictures and how proud the fathers and stuff were. I thought it was a time for me to reflect and I was able to say, appliance repair actually made me into a man. Believe it or not, it allowed me to be a man. Um, Everybody know my story. While I was in college, I worked at Sears as an appliance repairman. That's how I learned how to repair appliances. After I graduated from college, I was an engineer. I worked as an engineer at a company called Data General. I was a test engineer there. Then I went to Nortel. Nortel, I was a test engineer, senior test engineer. I left Nortel and I went to Intel. Intel, I was an automation engineer, senior test automation engineer. And all those times while I was working in the engineering field, I was never really I never really had control of my life. Um, I've even though believe it or not, I couldn't even really support my family as an engineer. At that time, that was almost 20 years ago now. But I think I was making maybe 30, maybe 45, 50,000. I started off, my first job was like 30 some thousand as an engineer. And then by the time I left, I was right at about 50,000, 60,000, and that wasn't enough money. By the time they took out for insurance, by the time they took out taxes and all that stuff, it wasn't enough money for me to actually be the sole provider for my family and actually lead my family the way I should have been, supposed to be leading my family. And I got laid off. In between Nortel and Intel, I was laid off, and I was laid off, fired. Same thing, like I tell everybody, you don't have a job, you're not getting a paycheck, for almost a year. I was unemployed for almost a year, and during that time, I remember going to job interviews, begging for jobs. I was even asking people to let me work for free, saying, "Hey, I know you don't have anything available right now, but if I come there and I'm a real good Negro, maybe you'll give me a job, and I'll work for free just to prove to you that I'm a real good Negro, and you can trust me, and hopefully you'll give me a job afterwards, and I can make some money." I actually done that many a time. Asked people to let me work for free to prove myself that I was worthy to have a job, and they wouldn't even let me work for free. And I remember going. They used to have these job interviews. This was right at the beginning of the .com burst, and I remember they would have these job interviews, and the companies wouldn't even be hiring. They would just want to see. They would just want to see who was out there. We call it just throwing the net out. So they'll say, okay, we're gonna have a job interview. They'll say Cisco is gonna have a job interview um, at this hotel on this date. And you go there, it would be 200, 300 people showing up for for the one job interview, and you would be there all day long, and they didn't even have a position available. Nobody got hired out of them, but people would be there all day long. They got to the point that it would be in gymnasiums and coliseums where they would have a job interview and they would pack it out, and people be waiting outside trying to get in just to get an interview. And that it was in the middle of that I actually started appliance repair. And at that time, like I say, I was looking for a job. I finally got a job at Intel. And when I got that job at Intel, I was so afraid of losing that job that I couldn't even. My wife got pregnant. I wonder how that happened, but she got pregnant in between me being laid off. So uh, while I was laid off, I was looking for a job, and people want to know how they can. If people having a hard time getting pregnant and having kids, get broke and start having some broke sex. You will definitely end up making a baby. Because my wife got pregnant, and I remember we was whatchamacallit, my son was my oldest son at that time wasn't quite a year old, uh, and my family was going to give us like a surprise baby shower, and we didn't know it. And we live about 2 hours away from my family, and they told us they were having a cookout. And my wife at that time, she was still working, and so I wanted to go to the cookout. And my we had to make we almost got in a fist fight because we only had enough money in gas for my wife to go to work. We only had enough money to put gas in the car for my wife to be able to go to work the next week. If we went to 2 hours away and came back, we wouldn't have had enough money for gas to go in the vehicle. But I wanted to go to this cookout. I thought it was just a regular cookout. We didn't know they were trying to throw us a surprise baby shower. So we get into an argument all day. Then finally, she just gives in, and we go. And we get there, all these presents, but we get there so late, everybody has left. And we were just too ashamed to tell people. They was wondering what took y'all so long. I thought y'all was coming. This and that. We were too ashamed to tell people. We just didn't have any money to come there. We was broke. We didn't have no gas money, and at the same time, we were pregnant. My wife was pregnant again, and we didn't want to tell nobody that she was pregnant again, and we was broke as we were. So I get the job. I go to the job, and I'm so afraid to lose this job that I wouldn't go to my go with my wife to the actual doctor's appointments when she was having going to for doctor's care and stuff like that. I was just so afraid that if I left early, or if I asked for time off, that they were going to fire me, that I wouldn't go to any of the doctor's things. Also, I would come in so late. I mean, I would come in early, trying to beat people in to show that I was dedicated, and I was staying late. I wanted to be the first one there, last one leave, just showing people that, hey, I deserve to stay here, and didn't want to lose my job. Well, unfortunately, uh, my wife ended up having complications during the pregnancy, and the pregnancy didn't go full term. And I couldn't, even when she was having no complications, I couldn't even get to the hospital because I was afraid to ask for time off. And at the same time, I have an older daughter, and at that point in time, because there's not enough resources to go around, that's when child support jumps on you and make people hate child support and make people have what they call baby mama drama and all that. It's not because the men don't want to do it. It's because there's just not enough resources going around, and the resources were just so thin that it actually causes people to actually that develop hatred and stuff. You start to develop hatred towards people who haven't really done anything to you, but their resources are thin and yours are thin, and the only person you can reach out at, you say that's it's their fault. They the ones who keep putting me in this situation. They the ones who keep coming taking more money. No, I ain't got no money. They were the ones who done that. When really they're trying to make you be what you're supposed to be as a sole provider. And just because the resources were so tight, I couldn't do it, and it made me have some ill feelings for a while there. It took me some time to actually straighten them out. And then this right here is one of the worst things that ever happened that still sticks in my mind. I'm pretty good at shooting pool. I lost enough money at the pool hall growing up that I actually learned how to shoot pool. And I remember at this last company I was at Intel, they had the Christmas party, and at the Christmas party, we're shooting pool and stuff, and I remember it's this one manager. I can't remember his name, but I just got a bad feeling about the manager. I didn't think that much of him. Um, um, him and I didn't quite. We didn't really have any words, but somebody you just didn't get the right feel about him. Just didn't feel right about him, and I believe he used to do a lot of this reenactment where he would go, and ain't nothing wrong with the reenactments where he would go into the Civil War and do these. He'll actually play the characters, put on the Civil War uniform for the Confederacy, and he would actually go and actually reenact these things over the weekend and stuff, the battles and all that stuff. And so he might have some. He probably did have some racist tendencies. He did. And I think about that's why we didn't quite get along that well. And I felt like sometimes he didn't think I was quite as smart as the other engineers, even though I was developing myself and this other guy from Turkey. We was doing all the developments and we was creating all the stuff. The other guys were just kind of riding along. But I remember at this Christmas party, um, I was playing pool, with everybody. He was a manager, and I was playing pool, and I was beating everybody, just having a good time. And then he wants to play me. I said, "Oh man, here it go." And I actually, because I was beating him, and his whole attitude started to change. And I said, "Okay, something's going to happen here." And I need to keep my job. I actually let him beat me in pool. And I'll never forget when he done that, he looked at this other guy and gave like this little smirk, like, yeah, I showed him. And that's really stuck with me. I let him beat me when I could easily have beaten him in pool. And it was just a fact because at that time, because I needed that job so much, I had my Terry Crews moment. Then nobody come grab my junk like Terry Crews, but I did bow down and let this guy beat me in pool just so I wouldn't have any type of remorse from him if when we went back into the job, went back to work or whatever. I just let him win, and I sucked it up, and that still bothers me today. That uh, 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 that still bothers me today when I think about it. Well, during that time, that's when I started started needing electrical and appliance service. They told us they're going to have a layoff. They let us know about 3 months in advance. At that time, I was already starting my own business. I was so pissed off from when I first came there, being laid off for a year, that I said I wasn't going to let it happen again. Started my business, and my business kicked off about maybe they were going to have layoffs in December. My business kicked off probably around September, like you all's kicked off. It kicked off, and it just skyrocketed out the just skyrocketed out. And this was in the midst of the dot com burst when it was really really bad. They said, and my business just shot off like a rocket. And I remember when my business took off, the my whole attitude changed. Where I won't dependent upon them. I was making more before 8 o'clock. Yeah, I was making more before 8 o'clock than I was making all day with them. It got to the point that it was getting me coming to work was causing me to actually lose money, because I would actually go to the laundromats and the dry cleaners before I got to work, or I go run one or two service calls first thing in the morning before somebody went to work. Came to work, I'll switch my clothes, work until 12, go to lunch for an hour, go do a couple more calls, go hit the dry cleaners, laundromats. Then after work, I go back to work, go back, change clothes again, go back and run my service calls. And it got to the point where it was getting in the way, and I didn't need them anymore. And when that happened, my whole attitude thing just changed, where I won't dare trying to I done my work, but I won't dare no more to be no good Negro and to keep no job. I came in, done my job. Once my job was done, I scooted and I left. And they asked me, where you go? My work completed, man. Ain't nothing else here for me to do. The stuff got run overnight. I'm not sitting here. I'm going to go make some money. And I just start leaving. And to the point where at that time I had customers calling me on my office phone to schedule and ask me questions and stuff. And by the time we when layoffs was coming, I quit. I said, fine, I'm gone. I'm not coming back anymore. And that was the last time I ever been in a position where I felt like I couldn't really be myself. To where I'm at now, where when I after I left there and started my own business, this all through appliance repair. My wife and my wife conceived our youngest daughter, and at that time, I was able to go back to all the doctor's appointments. I was able to take a couple of weeks off after she was born, and I was able to put the big stork. You know how you had the stork that you set out in front of your yard. I had that there. I was able to do everything. Everything. I had cash to do everything. Child support was no longer an issue. I had cash that I could do whatever I want. If my oldest daughter needed something, they just call. Hey, yeah, no problem. I got it. It won't like the other times where they call. I paid my child support. That's what you would say. But now it didn't matter. Hey, I got the extra cash. I take care of it. I was able to now pay all the bills. Up until then, it was this thing. I needed my wife to work. And that was one of the things too that happens when that pregnancy in between my son and my daughter. They had actually said, hey, they wanted my wife to actually come home for and actually go and come off her feet for a while, but we needed the money, so we was like, nah, we gotta take the chance that she can't come home. you know it was just fucking, it was crazy that I let somebody else get in the middle of me actually being the man and the provider for my family, and that actually I think caused the miscarriage and stuff. Just the fact that I didn't have control over my life, and I didn't have control over my resources and stuff. To like I say now, um, when I done appliance repair, I was able to do everything. I'm able to pay all the bills. I'm able to take the vacations that we want. We want no more vacations going to King's Dominion or Busch Gardens, for one day. I was able to take my whole family, pack them up, and we'll fly across the country, go to Hawaii, every place. It was that stuff wasn't an issue anymore. It wasn't an issue of daycare. Daycare wasn't an issue anymore. Private school wasn't an issue. Appliance repair eliminated all the issues that I had in my life. Appliance repair eliminated it. It made it so easy that no matter what, I could leave out the house dead broke at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I return back 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I would have $400 or $500 cash in my pocket every day, anytime I got ready to do it, and it constantly came. It constantly just kept feeding me to the point where, like I said, by the time this was like when I quit, when I left corporate America, I was like 28, 29. By the time I was 30, I was out the rat race, and my life where it is now is pretty much the way it's been since I've been like 30 years old. Um, it's been like it is now since I've been like 30, and even now if I go back in the truck, doing service calls is not hard at all. It's fun. You seeing something different all the time. Service calls is not hard, and you got total control of your life and your time, and it's just hard to beat that. It's hard to beat it what appliance repair can actually do for you and your family. And like I say, it got to the point now where now I'm able to be like the first employer for all my family and friends and their kids. They're my family, friends, kids, and stuff. They come to me and they looking for employment. I'm able to do that. My kids and stuff. I'm able to actually just like it's almost like playing a game, building businesses now. Where now we're building. I'm building businesses along with my kids and stuff, and it's just natural. It's something that doesn't seem strange, and it doesn't seem strange for my kids and stuff. To be building a business. Matter of fact, they're at the point where they're telling me don't build any more businesses because they have to do the work. Where they're saying don't do any more businesses after this because I'm not going to be running on when you're done. I know we tired of having to do all this work. Where now it just became like a second nature to constantly keep building businesses, and the conversations that like this past weekend, our conversation in our house was we're trying to decide if me purchasing the houses in Rocky Mount, if they were a good investment or not, especially the ones I hadn't completed. And my wife and my daughter, they're on this thing where you haven't completed them, so it's not a success yet until you complete them. You can't say that it was a good investment until you actually get them completed and you get all of them rented out. And I was like, no, I'm already have won. And I was explaining to them. Let me see if I can show you this right here. Let me see this right here. Um, and what I showed them is what I paid for my excuse me, what I paid for my actual houses versus what they're going for right now. So I'm going to share you this right here is something I just got a couple of minutes ago, and I'll show you what the prices of the houses are going for right now. All right. All right. So right now is the actual. These are the actual houses I bought in Rocky Mount. This one right here looks very similar to the house that I bought. I was buying. When I was buying my houses, I was paying $3,000 and $4,000 for my houses. 6, 7 years, well, about 5, 6, 7 years ago, I was paying $4,000 for them. Now I'm looking, they're selling them now for 13.5. So that's why I was telling my wife and my daughter. I was like, even though I haven't renovated it, I already have made money off of them because now I can actually go out here and sell that house and get 13.5 for it. Because this is the same neighborhoods and stuff that mines are in, and that's where there's and that's the condition mines. I don't clean mines up and I keep the yard mowed and all that. It looked better than that, but it's still not livable just like this one. But now they're selling them for 13.5. So I told him if I would have took that money and just let it sit in the bank, that $4,000 or $3,000 that I paid for them, it wouldn't have appreciated that much over 4 or 5 years. But now it's already at 13.5, and I haven't done anything. So I already can say that's a good investment. I can sell that back, and I can almost triple my money just by doing nothing but holding it, and it's not gonna do nothing but go up. As I put more money into it, it's gonna go up even further. But yeah, so the property now is actually going up. You can't buy them for 3 and 4 thousand anymore. Now they're going for 13.5, and people are buying them. So, and I get letters every day from somebody trying to buy them. So I know that I can sell them. But that's where our conversations in our house is going to now, where I'm actually now can sit down with my daughter and stuff and start to show her about business, and we're having those business conversations versus the way it was when we first got married when I was an engineer, and the conversation, only thing it stemmed around was how are we going to pay the bills? That's how much money we had in the bank, which bills was or wasn't going to get paid. But yeah, but appliance repair, if you want to call in, I'm taking the call ins right now. That's the call in number. But for appliance repair, it's that's what it done for me. It actually made me to a point where I could be the man. And like I say, a lot of times the people talking about submission and women submitting this and that. Um, People can say it don't require money and it doesn't require this and that, but I'm telling you, it makes it a whole lot easier for her to submit when you're actually able to when you're actually paying all the bills and you're taking care of everything. Because otherwise, if you start trying to pull rank, the first thing they say, I work just as hard as you do. I pay just as many bills as you do, and it's hard to pull rank then. But if you're paying all the bills and you're taking care of everything, you can get to the point. Like I tell people sometimes in the courses, you can get to the point like your grandfather and them say, okay, now that's enough, and that's enough. It can stop because you're paying for everything. But if you're at a point where you can't pay for everything and you dependent upon her, it's hard to get her submitted. That's the thing too. Because now I've been this way now going on almost 20 years, and I've talking to some men here lately that they're my age or older that they can't survive on their own, I'm and they have college degrees and they have a good the job titles sound good. Must not be paying anything. The job titles sound good, but they can't survive on their own. And I'm thinking now, me just fixing somebody washer and dryer, I not only can I survive, but I actually could uh, support my wife totally, where she doesn't have to work. I can raise my kids and support them. I can actually, whenever my family members go to college, I able to send them a stipend every month when they're in school, so they have spending money and stuff. I'm able to do that. Uh, Everything. I'm able to what you see with this building and the ice cream parlors and all that stuff. I'm able to actually appliance repair is able to kick off enough cash flow where you're actually able to actually build other businesses in your community and stuff. And I just don't know. What if these other careers that people put out and stuff, if they actually, what type of um, what type of income they're I don't know. I've been out of corporate for a while. Their stuff sound good, but I just don't see even coming back to the entertainers and stuff like that. I'm wondering if they truly own anything, or if all that stuff is really just a facade, and the record company owns all that, and the company owns all that, and they just put that out in front of us to make us think that they own that. They let them kind of live that life, but not really. Not they don't really own it. They just putting it out there for us to keep us quiet. Okay, we got a caller coming in. Okay, we got 910 910.
Hey, what's up, man? This Slick.
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on, Slick?
Not
Happy
much. I got
Father's Day, man. It's a day late, but happy Father's Day.
yeah, happy Father's Day, man. I hope
Thanks.
it was as good as mine. Thank
Yeah, it
you.
was. I had a good Father's Day. I had a good Father's Day.
Hey, look, man.
Hmm.
I want to know what you think your prospects is as far as like I'm in North Carolina, right?
Uh huh.
you think I could open up a branch in another state?
Oh yeah, you can. You can. You definitely
Um,
can. It's
say
not
for
hard.
say
Right now, if I wasn't doing the appliance boot camp, um, all these people working in all these states, I could have easily say, okay, you could they could have come work. I could have put the call out and say, I need somebody. I want technicians. You come here for a weekend. I'll train you. I give you your own van. I'll let you go out and work, and I'll pay you $1,200, $1,500 a week. I could have done that because I'm pretty much training everybody here and sending them out, and then getting a little phone support, for a week or two. Then they out running. I could have easily done that. You could have easily done that. And if I hadn't
okay,
show people how to go get it for themselves, yeah, you can easily do it. That's all I'm doing. But well, normally what people do, they get in between us and the money. So normally they'll just show you how to fix stuff, and they won't show you the money part, and just keeping you at 12, $1,500 a week.
well, you think I'm wrong if I try to keep somebody at 12, $1,500?
Nah, you gotta have a point where somebody come in. Usually the younger kids, I normally tell people somebody right out of high school from 20 to about 25, 28. That group, they need to be out here making somewhere between 12, $1,500 a week. They come in right out of high school. You can pay them 10, $15 an hour to train. Once they get trained, by the time they get to be about 20, if you paying them anywhere between $1,000 and $1,500 a week, that's enough money for them to buy a Mustang, get a motorcycle, to get them an apartment and to run some women. By the time they wake up, by the time they get to about 30, time to wake up, then it's time to set them on their way. But up until then, yeah, because at that time, most men are not mature enough to run a business when you're that young, and that's the person that you normally want to get and actually train them and allow them to make the crazy mistakes and stuff that we done on your dime, and just make sure he got enough money where, like I say, where he ain't doing nothing crazy, where he can buy him a little Mustang, a motorcycle, and get him an apartment. He can take a couple of trips.
Okay, okay. Everything
Yeah.
looking good. You must be on hold with American Home Shield.
Yeah, I'm whatchamacall. I'm booked up. We about 2 weeks out. But they calling, man. It's so much work out here right now. How far are you booked out?
Hey, I'm booked out the next week.
Yeah, I'm too far booked out, and I don't know when my sub is. Well, I got one sub left, and I don't know when they're gonna stop. They tell me every week they're about ready to stop, so I don't want to take on too much. As soon as he stop, we just gonna I'm gonna finish up that next week, and then I'm gonna just be around here. So that I don't want to book anything out for. Then he got stopped. But it's so much work out here right here now, man. It's crazy. It is just crazy.
That's why I said you must be on hold because they sending me 5, 6 calls a day.
Yeah, nah,
Uh,
yeah, I can't take anymore. I can't take anymore. Right now, I think I'm booking for maybe Tuesday of next week, and that's for me
yeah,
overbooked. That's what we normally do 5 stops. That's with them running the delivery crews doing maybe six to eight, and the subs are doing about 6 stops a day, and that's running those.
yeah. I lost about three. I lost about 4 hours a day, man. My
How
phone messed up.
how you do that?
I got one phone. It went dead and wouldn't cut back on.
Oh wow, yeah. Your phone is your lifeblood when you're doing this business. That phone go dead, you gotta be running to the first cell phone store trying to get it up and running.
Yeah, Apple closed.
Hmm.
Verizon was closed. Only people was open was Best Buy.
Hmm.
They couldn't get it. So finally, I just was sitting in the truck just waiting. I said, God, I was sitting there and I said, I
That's
even
right.
went
You
to
that's right. You can't see your
yeah, I
work
went.
orders or anything when it's dead.
I can't see nothing, right?
Uh-huh.
And so finally it came back up, and I did that last. I did one more, and I came on home. On the way home, somebody called me, and so I just went and did that one. But it was COD, but I lost a couple hours a day behind that phone, man. So I'm online now watching you, trying to figure out what phone I'm gonna get. I'm gonna give me another phone.
Yeah, I used to have a little tablet or a laptop. Once I started off with a laptop, and if my phone would go dead, then I would go to like a McDonald's or a Starbucks and run it that way. But then now I haven't had that much problem with cell phones here lately. No,
Yeah.
so I haven't had that many problems. And yeah, so I haven't had any problems with them lately. If I did have it where they got dropped in water or something like that, I'll just go to the first Verizon store and I'll just grab one and go.
Yeah, I lost some time, but
Yeah. Now, how
I
you coming along with your building?
I stopped by the other day and picked up my B tank. I got a 3 torch tip.
Uh huh.
I'm gonna send you the video. Um,
Hmm.
Tip a lot smaller. It's meant for those 1/4 inch lines like we gotta
Hmm.
use. I
Okay.
know we're supposed to be using oxygen acetylene, but
Hmm.
I just try B tank, see how it do.
Okay.
I'm
Now,
opening it right now.
are you still enjoying the appliance repair business, Slick?
I'm enjoying it. The balance of the balance of getting everything done, man, and trying to get like I could really use an extra man right now, but I still enjoy going into a good customer house and
Hmm.
doing everything. Now my second call today was Roach City. Now that shit, man,
You was in Durham,
but Wake Forest,
Wake Forest. Oh, okay.
yeah, man, it was Roach City, doc. Big nice house,
Hmm.
man. I mean, sometimes just run into some dirty people, man.
Yeah, yeah. I often wonder, like now, you guys are past what I call the honeymoon stage, where the excitement of starting your business and getting the uniforms and getting your first calls and making money, all that stuff gone. Where now you actually in the grind of running your business. Is it? Are you actually enjoying running your business, or do you feel like now that it's tiring, you just got too much work on your shoulders?
I'm in love with it, man, because I'm just still excited about people paying me for this. you know,
Uh-huh.
I I know it sounds crazy, but you know, you do a couple of things, man, and people paying you.
Hmm.
I just sometimes I just think it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
But
the amount of
and
money
they
we
pay
make.
good.
Uh
Yeah. Oh man, that torch is nice, boy.
huh. What you got the jeweler tip on there? Or
The
you went to a
automatic.
smaller size tip?
Yeah, I went to a 3A tip.
Uh huh.
It looks smaller than the doggone oxygen acetylene.
Uh
The
huh.
oxygen acetylene.
Uh
That
huh.
it looks smaller than that tip.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually nice, man.
Okay.
I'll send you a video.
Yeah, braise
But
with it and see how it work when you get in a tight spot. How long it take you to braise with it?
yeah, now look, I melted some stuff with it now.
Yeah.
She get hot.
Okay.
Yeah, she get hot.
Yeah,
So
I got one here.
yeah,
I'm gonna play with it a little bit more tonight. As soon as I get a break from this from me being Bob the Builder. As soon as I get finished this, I'm gonna play with Miles a little bit more.
yeah, man. I just thought I was just calling in, man. I hope somebody else called in.
Now, that's
So
no
you won't
problem.
be.
I'm gonna go to the chat. This right here is
you,
a is more of a hangout where people come in and hang out twice a week and talk to each other. I like reading them. Sometimes you hear me gaps. I'm reading the conversations that's going on. Y'all have some good conversations in the chat.
yeah, yeah. Hey, matter of fact, me and me and another one of my classmates.
Hmm.
I actually talked to 2 classmates this week.
Hmm.
Um, they had an issue, and they're a long way away from me.
Hmm.
They said, "Hey, man, I might need your help." My and what my answer was,
Hmm.
"Let's do it." You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Hands on. I was going, "Hey, I'm coming out.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna get this, man." Because I can't. One thing I realized this week, I can't do all the work.
There you go.
I can't get it. So 210, they still they call more than anybody else,
Hmm.
but I can't do them all. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I didn't think it was this much work out here because when I started it was slow.
Hmm.
Then I finally got into American Home Shield, and it was still kind of slow. But then all of a sudden, man, the floodgates is open.
Yeah, we in our season now. We in the refrigerator season, so it's gonna be like this from now to the end of the year. It's not gonna slow down any. And
To the end of the year.
yeah, go because soon as we get out the refrigeration season, we're going into the cooking season. That's when it really get crazy because now you got people trying to have Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners and all that stuff, and it gets really crazy. So it's gonna be like this from now to the end of the year, and then it slows down right at the beginning of the year until probably like February, March, and then it picks back up.
Mike, I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Hmm.
If we stay like this to the end of the year,
Hmm.
I will make over $100,000 for sure.
Yeah, you will. You're gonna do it. Yeah, you're gonna do it. You will. You
Yeah,
be like this to the end of the year, and that's what I was going to tell you.
yeah,
If it's getting to a point where it's just too much work and stuff, that's a good thing about this business. No, you take what you can. You ain't got to do all of it. Just take what you can, and just know that hey, I'm gonna do the best I can with what I can handle. You learn your capacity, and you ain't
yeah.
got to have 20 or 30 technicians out here. You ain't got to be the biggest company, but find your groove where you're comfortable at, where your capacity is at, and then from there, you start putting you together some other. You have enough cash spent off where you can start putting on more investments that start bringing you other passive income, and it'd be just like you having a technician and stuff. So no. Don't let it
Hey
get
man.
never
Eh,
let it get to a point where it becomes a job. It should always be enjoyable like you have it now.
Oh, right now, I mean, I'm having fun, but it's a job too now. I ain't want to leave the house this morning. I ate good yesterday, bro. I ate good yesterday. I ain't want to leave the house, but
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm still happy with it. Thank God, my partners are too.
Hmm.
Most of them anyway, as far as I know, they still happy with it. It's still amazing, but I'm trying to bring my brother on. Uh, we're gonna do some stuff. He went the one that went to school with you. He gonna call. I think he gonna
Oh,
call
okay.
you. And yeah.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
Wow. Now he's thinking about getting into it too.
Not on that level, man.
Mhm. More than
He's
investment level, like.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's great
He
though. But
yeah.
he sees the value of it though.
Well, he's seeing it. He
Mhm.
gonna come with me down Wednesday. We might run by there. Um, he coming down Wednesday. We might come by there Thursday or Friday.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm really gonna try to work and tell you the truth.
There you go.
So, but I'll holler at you, man. Peace to
Okay, man.
everybody.
All right, thanks,
All right, man.
Slick.
Later.
All right.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna read what we got going on in the chat here. Fix it. Hey, how you doing? Sean Goodson. Hey, Maurice Anderson. Hey, how you doing? Donnie Madden. Hey, how you doing? Jay Real. Hey, Code CX. How you doing? Shimano Five Line. Peace Grandmaster Mike. What's up, ABC fam? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, Reginald Terry? Quentin Hodge. Hey, Mike. What's going on? Okay. Hey, how you doing? A9 Dr. Funk. Hello, family. Oh, he filling out that thing, and an hour later his thing went out. Man, that's sad, man. Sorry to hear that. Hey, how you doing, girly girl appliance? R&E appliance repair. What's up, everybody? Because we don't read. What's up, man? You a favorite around here, man. Everybody been calling me trying to find out because we don't read where he's at. There you go. Yep. BK from the Rockies. Hey, how you doing? Oh, fix it, Mike. I have a son who owns his own business, but his wife exposed his income and how much money he makes a month. Is there a way for him to get around this? He's paying $1,500 a month. Oh yeah, yeah. With child support, if you have a son that owns his own business and his wife exposes income, how much he makes a month, yeah, what he needs to do, he need to not pay himself anything. This is how I got because I had the same problem one time with child support. They were hitting me for like 1500 a month, and I had the same problem. And what I had to do, I at that point in time, I didn't know anything about a business. I was a sole proprietor. So with that made I don't know how he got his business structured, but I was a sole proprietor, and that means all the money that came into the business flowed directly to me. Um, so then that's when I registered my business at my electrical and appliance business is a S corp. So I done a S corp, and when I done the S corp, then I whatchamacall, I didn't get any money as a pay. I didn't get myself. I didn't pay myself a salary anymore. After that, I never collected another weekly paycheck. I started getting dividends. Child support is based upon two things: your earned income, meaning a W-2 from your job, or your ability to earn. So what they'll do, they'll say, oh, okay, if you work in a job, you take your pay stub up, and they'll take I think 17% of whatever you make. Same thing. If you're a sole proprietor, they're gonna take 17% of whatever your company brings in for gross for that year. They're gonna take gross, and they don't and the custodial parent, they don't pay no taxes on that money, so they get all that money. You got to pay taxes on it, and they're gonna take theirs off the gross. So I what's it called? I started getting my money through dividends, meaning I have my company just like if I was buying stock. I have my company just pay me dividends. Child support is not. They can't look at what you they can't look at dividends. They can't look at you getting anything like overtime and stuff like that because they say that's not consistent enough to base child support on. So what they're gonna do then? They're gonna knock their child support down. If he stop taking a salary and start collecting dividends, and he registered his business as a LLC or a S corp, then they're gonna say, okay, you got to bring in your business tax form. So when he bring it, they're gonna look at his taxes. When he take his taxes there, same thing. They're gonna show that he's not getting any earned income. And if he got a good accountant, it's gonna show that his business ain't making no money. And they're gonna say, well, he ain't got no money in his business. His business ain't doing anything. They're gonna knock it down to the bare minimum. In North Carolina, it was like $25 a week. And from that $25 a week, they're going to require then that you actually go out and look for a job. They're going to say every other month or so, you're going to have to go back to court, and you're going to have to bring in places that you had applied where you're trying to look for a job. And what I would do, I was apply for a heart surgeon, brain surgeon, anything. Just show them, hey, I'm applying. Just ain't nobody hiring me. And then they'll say, okay, don't come back in two more months and see if you can find something. And then you just paying the base minimum. But now that you got the state and stuff out of your hair and stuff. Now you and the actual other parent or his ex-wife. Now they can talk like adults now. Now they're not just saying, "Oh, you're gonna get $1,500 free. You don't hit the lottery." Now they're saying, "Okay, you can either take what they're giving you, or we can sit down and talk like adults." And that's what happened. And that's the way I was able to do it. And then from there, to actually keep them from coming back and looking at my business and stuff. It won't long after that I figured out I could actually sell my license. I could be an actual qualified individual license holder for different companies. So I told one of the companies, I said, look here, put me on as a W-2, and I'm gonna give you a break. Just pay me 30,000 a year, and let me get free health insurance and stuff like that. And they gave me free health insurance, and they made the salary like 30,000 a year. So then I was able to take that back to the courts and say, hey, I finally found a job. I'm making I'm making 30,000 a year, and I can supply health insurance. And I done that, and after that, they never bothered me again, and it was never a problem. And they made it some simple amount. Okay, we got caller 781. You're in.
Hey, Mike, this is Osai from over in Boston. I just have a
Hey, how you doing,
question.
Osai?
I'm good. So, sometimes people reach out to me and they have coin operated machines, but when I put in the model numbers for these units, I can't pull up any parts or anything like that. So how can I?
Yeah, if you got corn operated appliancetology, they're gonna be mainly residential. You can actually do a request. Have you ever done a manual request on a appliancetology?
Yeah.
You can do a manual request and see if they can get it. If not, you're gonna have to go to the manufacturer website. A lot of times with the commercial equipment, if you call them directly, they'll let you talk to the engineers. They're not as stringent as the actual residential. So whoever the manufacturer is, go to their website and they'll give you like a service line number. You call the hotline number, and then the engineer or somebody will get on the phone. They can walk you through and give you any literature and stuff you need. Now,
Oh,
are you comfortable doing the commercial stuff yet?
yeah, it's not. These are in people's homes. It's not like the stuff in laundry mats. It's like they're basic dryers and washers, just with the coin machine on top. So,
What is it, an apartment complex?
or maybe sometimes people just have them in their basement or something, you know. But
Why would it? How did? What they remove they bought them and they want to? How they operate? They put money in them every time.
yeah, no, sometimes. So sometimes here you'll have like apartment buildings or something.
Okay.
Maybe the landlord owns it, and
Mhm.
they'll put like it'll be a 3 unit, and they'll put like a
Okay.
coin operating machine in the basement so they can make some money off the tenants when they do the
Okay.
wash or whatever.
Okay. Now I follow you. Now it's not the actual homeowner. It's in an apartment complex, and the landlord is supplying the washroom and making money off of the tenants.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you go to the manufacturer and they can they at the commercial side they're a lot more lenient with giving out information and being able to call into the hotline. So if you call in, they can help you out and get you going. But that's good. How things going with you?
It's okay. It's a little bit. It's been a bit slow for me in terms of like the warranty companies and stuff. So I've been doing CLD calls and the little warranty work that I could get, but it's slowly but steadily. But I've been mostly the calls that I get, just take it as much as I can to learn as much as possible. So I'm more comfortable with the machines, you know. So I'm not intimidated by them anymore. I've got my hands on
Mm-hmm.
other installs, on all of them. So
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much got some experience now. You know, my diagnostic skills are up. I just need more workflow, and I should be good.
Yeah. I remember you were very young. What are you like 20?
I'm 20. I'm 24. I'll be 25 in November.
Okay. When you came, you had never even picked up a pair of pliers or screwdriver or anything, right?
Yeah, I never really. I worked in sales, so I wasn't. You know, I didn't
Yeah,
work with
I
my.
remember he had never picked up a pair of pliers, screwdriver, or anything, and but he's coming along. He's now got a he's going, and we talk sometimes quite a bit. Now I have to keep trying to pull the reins, say slow down, don't try to go so fast, just slow down. But he's now ready to really go out there and do some more stuff. I think you were trying to do a little bit more with your marketing last time you
Yeah, I need to get more calls. So, because I know what I'm doing now, I just need to make sure that, you know, because I was working, I live alone, I don't live with my parents or anything, but I got a good amount of savings. But I just want to make sure in the next coming months I'm earning steady income. So, you know, I got my website up today,
hmm
and then I'm gonna, you know, start. I'm gonna do mailers. That's what I'm gonna do.
you're gonna do direct mailers.
Yep.
Yeah. They did you get that book yourself solid yet?
Yeah, I have that book. I already had it. I had it. I had forgot about it. I put it in my bookshelf, and then you reminded me.
Uh-huh.
So I took a look through it, and there's some other things that some other ideas in that book that they said that interested me. So
Yeah, yeah. So they give
yeah.
you a bunch of different things. All you need to really do is maybe one or two, and they give you enough calls to fill your schedule up, especially as a one man shop. You ain't got to do everything; just do one or two things good, and you give you enough calls. You do very well. Like I say, don't rush the process because, like I say, you haven't been doing it a year now, and when you came, not say he was green. I mean, he was green. He had never used a pair of pliers, never used a pair, never used a screwdriver, and never done any of that. And now he's out here fixing stuff, and he's making money. And now he's ready to run. 702.
Yeah, I was so green, right? The first time I took apart a dryer and tried to put it back together, it took me like a full 3 hours, like hour and a half to take it apart, hour and a half to put it back. But now I could do it. I could take it apart and put it back together in 30 minutes now. So
There you
you
go.
know,
There you go. Now, have you made your money back from what you spent in appliance
Yeah,
boot
I made my money
camp?
back now. Yeah, I made it back. I made it back, and I've been doing, dry vent cleanings and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So I made my money back now. Just need more workflow. That's all.
All right. Now that you learned the technical part of it, now you're going into the business part. So the same way you had those struggles at the beginning with the technical, you're gonna run into the same struggles with the business. But once you learn the business, and that's what I was telling you the other day when you are asking about the marketing, I said you gotta go learn the business part yourself. You need to learn how to market and stuff yourself because now you're going into the business section of it, and you want to be able to market yourself. You don't want to have to pay nobody all the time to market. And then if you are paying somebody, you want to be able to know what they're doing and knowing what to expect and what you're getting yourself into. But yeah, go now and you start working on the business section and learning and building your business IQ up, and you're gonna do very well. You a young man, and like I said, to jump in and do what you've done, I'm very proud of
Yeah, thank you, man. I've been, it was the right opportunity. I was just lucky that I found you when I did. So,
you. Okay.
you know, yeah, thank you. Thank you. You're a good teacher. You have a good system. It works. So
All right. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
okay. Thank you,
All right.
Mike. Have a
You're
good
welcome.
one.
You too.
With that,
702 UN. 702 UN.
I'm gonna call you right back, sir. Yes, sir, brother Mike.
Hey, how you doing?
Man, this is Marcus out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's at LV Handy Repair. When I
Okay.
say
Hey, how
I
you doing?
appreciate, all right. When I tell you guys I appreciate this business, it is a misunderstanding. I'm in the point where I can quit. I don't have FU money. I got attitude money. I go to work with a little bit of attitude.
Uh-huh.
So you can say the wrong thing, and I'm gonna hand you that paperwork because I just got off at 3. I've only done 3 stops. I'm already at about 250, and
Mhm.
that's just collection. And then I gotta go back put parts on,
Mhm.
but and get the rest of my money. So when you look at this business and the low hanging fruit, I should have been in this 20 years ago. I was a truck driver for a while, but I went into the office. I barred into that 40 years, 40 hours, and more. Man, they sold me on a bill of goods because I make more money being out here on these streets than I did sitting in the office. No matter what I got behind my name, no bachelor's. That bachelor's degree don't mean jack when it comes down to it to make this type of money.
Wow. Now, did you come to Appliance Boot Camp?
I did not. Me and a friend went half on the $1,000 online course.
Mm-hmm.
He went in and we started in November. I didn't start to this January.
Mm-hmm.
Got in and I'm averaging about 5,000 a month extra on top of what I make on my income. So, and that's part time.
Uh-huh.
So I'm looking to drop this and get part of that $1 million club y'all talking about. Just
Mm-hmm.
take my baby steps and make it. Y'all got that 2 years. I say about 3 years. But
Mm-hmm.
if I got a hot 90 days before I tell them they can go somewhere with this, and I can
Oh,
get up and go do more what I want to do.
so you like I was when after I got into it, and I said, man, I'm losing money coming out here.
Oh my God! I could have made this money at 8 o'clock this morning instead of sitting up here
Mm-hmm.
waiting in this sun. Lady asked me. I had to go check her electrical box. It was 107 outside. I was like, let me get back in the house and fix this mic. Find out what's going on with this microwave.
Uh-huh.
But Amazon Home Warranty been good to me. 210 been good to me, and then I fit in a couple of cash calls because I also run a handyman service along with it. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
started out doing part time,
Mm-hmm.
and I added this to it. And the calls are ridiculous. And most of my advertising is strictly Craigslist, $5 a day, and I got that from Erica from
Erica
Classy
Williams.
Climbers.
Yeah, classic climb.
Erica Williams, her
Yeah.
sister, she talked about her sister invested $5 a day for a month, and her phone was still ringing off the hook. That
Mm-hmm.
$5 a day is no money when it comes down to what I can make off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I truly appreciate it. Right now, I'm just got to get my website up and get it where I can do that automated booking, and
Mm-hmm.
then I don't have to, and then get off this phone some of the times with these clients, and that makes it easier for me. So I'm looking at the virtual assistant too to handle my business part of it, and just create some systems for answering phone calls, retrieving model numbers, make sure I have this, and this in order to make that call, make that move, and teach them how to look up parts and diagnose over the phone you give me an idea, so when I get the work order, I can move forward and go in there and knock that out. I'm 30 minutes in for my diagnostic, and I'm out the door. So make it happen that way.
Uh-huh. Now, how's your partner doing that you split the cost with?
Oh, he's doing fine too. I just talked to him about the SBA. He's out in Nebraska. So he quit his job like 30 days after he looked at the video. I was like, what? I was so mad. He's full time, and he was like, man, I'm handling my business. He was like, this is a wonderful thing. So James is out there getting his money, and I appreciate him because he's younger than me as well. I'm 48. So getting into this at this age, I've always been mechanically inclined. I bought a house at 24. I couldn't afford for nobody to come fix it. I had to figure it out. So, but if I'd have thought about it back then, I had all these tools in the garage. I could have been making money off of this 10, 15 years ago. And thinking about what I could have done, I'm like, man, I'm hustling backwards out here working for somebody.
There you go.
So,
yeah, no doubt.
So
I had that wake up call too.
Exactly. I appreciate you guys. I'll be out there on September the 5th. Our flight is already paid for. All that stuff is already booked up. I'm ready to roll.
Man, I can't wait to see y'all, man. And I often wonder. I get no, I don't. I don't know how many people that actually watch Appliance Boot Camp or came through who have got out and gone. But we got some huge numbers of people that we have created financial, they have gotten out here and got that financial freedom. Now, like you just said, where you get that attitude money and stuff, do you have any worry at all that you go there tomorrow and they say, hey, that you laid off or whatever?
Dude, if this pandemic, if they would have furloughed me, I would have been so happy because I would have got that little tweak, and I would have went out here and got my money right. I got the LLC, so you can't attach me to anything like as a W-2 or anything like that afterwards. But look, like I said, that attitude money, you go in there when you got 10 to 15 grand and you know your bills is covered, and you got other coming in, you're not concerned because there's at least 4 to 5 appliances in every house, and right now we got 3 million people in Las Vegas. So I know I'm gonna get some money at some point somehow, and I can see with the they'll run you ragged, but you gotta say no. Sometimes they just called me about working something commercial. I was like, I never told you I could do something commercial. No, I don't even know the names of these things. Where I'm gonna start? So I was like, nope, that's better. It's easier to say no than get in there and start tearing something apart and you gotta put it back and then you stuck. Yep. So I prefer to say no. Get the little. I'm gonna get the low hanging fruit. Go in there, get my stripes up, and then go from there. But other than that, nah. Let me walk in there any day, and you say the wrong thing to me, I'm out the door. So they don't understand. I work with Japanese, so they don't understand this whole social, the issue we're having socially right now. It doesn't affect them. So the conversation is kind of mute. But I know it's a Trump supporting conversation they have. But I just ignore them. Give me my money. I'm gonna leave. But eventually, I gotta go. I'm gonna say 90 days. I'm out. Because it's too much money out here and I can maneuver. Once I get this site up and I keep on bugging Miss Ward about certain things and aspects of making systems, I'm going to make it work because I see it. It's nothing but systems. And once those systems in place, I can almost take myself out the situation because the goal is to set up a repair shop in every country I like to visit. All I got to do is worry about a different currency.
There you go.
So it makes it work. So I'm good. Yeah, I'm gonna triple my worth anywhere on God green earth. There we go.
There you go, man. That's wonderful. Like I said, that's the thing. I'm on this show tonight. That's what I said. Hey, it allowed me to become a man. And up until then, I was afraid they're going to tell me to leave their company and this and that. Now, I don't want it'd be hard for somebody to give me a job. It'd be hard for somebody to give me a job. It'd be hard.
If you really think about it, an average person making $30 an hour, that's $200 and something a day. I done that in 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna sit up here for 8 hours to go do this, listen to you, meeting after meeting. We're gonna have a meeting every day about the same shit we talked about yesterday. I don't feel like doing all that. I'm like, dude, I can get to the bag a different way. But when you get that stacked up and that 5 banking account is broken down, you really don't. I don't really need the book, but I did read the book. But once you showed that and I seen it, it clicked because I just changed the way I pay my own bills. And then when I started the business, I started deducting that 10% to make a profit. Then you start that old accounting practice just keeps you hustling backwards. But now this way, you can see the light and say, hey, I got some money in the bank. And yeah, that operating account keeps fluctuating, but I don't give a damn. That owner's pay account looks nice. When I say, hey, I'm about to bounce. And the bills is paid for at least 6 months.
So do the 5 banking accounts work?
That works a great deal. If you do not if you don't dictate where your money is going and be a good steward. I had to tell my woman, I said, I wasn't a good steward. I touched a lot of money over the years with the different businesses I started, different things I've been involved in, but I had no direction with that money. And just putting it in, it's fun to go drop $600 in the bank on a Saturday. I walked out the house with $1 and wrapped around my business card. Got and finished the day with $650 in cash. Then had another $175 in my in Square that I forgot about. So I was just like, that's the way to do it. Where else you gonna go that I can go out here, walk out the door at 8 o'clock in the morning, got 4 stops, end up with 7 stops on different items, walk in the house with $650. Can't wait to get to the bank and break up that money in those accounts.
Yeah,
that's at least every Saturday. So if that's the biggest blessing. If we can do a college course, this is what these kids need. They don't have no checking course in college or high school or junior high school. They don't have anything in there. They took out most of the shop classes. So you're not gonna learn how to work with your hands. They instead of using that 13th Amendment to put you in jail to become a slave, they put you in jail with this 40 hours and a small monthly payment. So if you want to make a small monthly payment on this, and this, before you know it, you ain't got no choice but to come to this job because you got to make those small monthly payments. And so, man, I bought a car 2 years ago. I'm trying to get rid of this car so I can go pay cash for a van. I've been looking at I didn't put in so many bids on these sites. It's ridiculous. But, dude, it's changed the way and the dynamic of my family. I'm showing my sons, and I got a couple of their friends that I want them to learn this stuff. And the TV mountain, oh, my God. If they don't get out here and mount a TV for a couple $100 and go get and finish the rest of your day, because people just don't know. So why not? So again, it's that story of the guy that went to go fix the boat and he charged him $8,000, and they was like, "You didn't pay me for the part or what I did. You paid me for my knowledge and for you to keep on moving." So that's all to it. But I truly appreciate you. I'm so glad you didn't retire. JT is a lifesaver because would not have thought twice about this. I would have just been, I remember buying a new dryer because the other one broke and I didn't feel like dealing with it. I was like, I'm buying another one. And it was probably a thermal fuse.
Probably
I'm
was.
so disgusted with myself.
Probably was. Yeah. Shout out to JT because like I said, if it wasn't for JT, none of this would be possible if it wasn't for JT. And I got to the point where I said, nobody's gonna want to do this business. I've been saying it for 20 years. People, you need to do appliance repair. The money that's involved in appliance repair, and I got to the point. I said everybody making over $100,000, they don't want to do this, But after meeting JT and we put it out there, and then people started coming being honest, and I started noticing. I said, man, they won't doing what they said they were going to do. They just got those small monthly payments. That's all they done. But they weren't having all that stuff. And now to see people running out these so-called great careers that everybody said it was great careers, seeing them run out of them to appliance repair, and they saying that appliance repair beats it hands down to the point now where people are calling me up and say, hey, don't say that career no more because I feel like you picking on me. If I say a doctor, if I say a dentist, my friends say, "Are you talking about me?" I said, "Nah, man." To the point now, I can't even call out their professions anymore.
Exactly, and then where they end up in $300,000 in debt that they got to pay back. And
$1 million for a dentist office.
Yeah, and don't go into the medical field and you can't pass that exam. And now you $300,000 in debt, and you're not a doctor. So what are you gonna do? So and they have no. I was listening to Dave Ramsey. Somebody was complaining about that same thing, and he don't have no other skill set to make that money back to pay that 300 stack. I'm like,
Right.
dude, if you don't pick up, you can just go into just dryers and washing machines and get this money back. So I'm looking at some of these major apartment buildings to try to get into. Like you said, put a guy out there Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got to do nothing. I'll
Mm-hmm.
find there's plenty of techs out here that don't mind being employees.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousins, I already told them, look, I don't want you to work for me forever. I'm
Mm-hmm.
showing you this game. If you decide to work for me, that's fine. But if you don't, I'm showing you how to step your game up and be your own boss. You make your own decisions, because right now I'm 5 miles outside of my house. After I got off of work, I still got 2 stops left to get another couple of $100 before I walk in that door. And then I got a little study to do to pick up some parts, and then I'm good to go. I got to go back to the grind with these people. And I'm telling you, that attitude is, boy, you see my account right now? But they hinder you. But that's the thing. I remember buying an Infinity, and pulling up at my job, and the owner of the company was like, "We got you now." And I was 22, 23. I didn't understand what he meant. I didn't understand what he meant. But what he meant was, you're gonna do all the overtime I asked you to do. You're not gonna ask no questions. You're gonna get your ass in here, and you're gonna do what I tell you to do, because you need to pay those bills. You just became a slave to your own life, to the trappings of that American dream.
Mm-hmm.
So why the hell not? And when I get to North Carolina, I already been looking at some property I'm coming out there to see, so I can put some of this money into that.
There you go.
If I got extra stacks, why not throw it in some land and hold it? JT had showed a property that was $6,000 on an acre of land with a commercial building. I was like, $6,000. And I put in the chat, 3 of us, let's go in there for $1,500 and set up the LLC. Let's make it happen. This group economics is the only way to get rid of this racism. We get $1 million policy on each of these black boys, you're gonna think twice about making his family a millionaire, because you broke. So let's get out here, get this money. If you are hemming and hawing about being a grown man and not having no money in your pocket, oh my God, it's unbelievable. So again, the feeling of going to the bank and dropping $600 when your check was for 2 weeks worth of work was only $1,800. That don't make no sense.
Uh-huh.
So you telling me in 3 days I can make what are you making me do for 10 days, and wish and pray for a weekend and this off day? I took the off day the other day. I was like, I'm calling in on a Wednesday. I ain't coming in till the afternoon, and me and my girl are gonna drive a couple where the COVID is low, where we can go get something to eat at. So, but yeah, and teaching these kids. I got some educated kids, but I sold them on the pipe dream too. But I'm changing their mind. One became a barber. He was like, forget college. He ain't making $150, $200 a day, and he was like, that's what I could save, not what I actually bring in.
Mm-hmm.
So go get your own money. All we got to do is do healthcare. I'm not worried about no dental. That's cheap. Eyeglasses I can buy online. All that stuff is cheap. Just get healthcare. Make sure my girl's taken care of. I'm taking care of. Life insurance in place. What else I got to be thinking about? If I croak, I croak. Y'all taking care of. You ain't got to grieve for no 3 days. What your job tell you is grieve for 3 days. That you can grieve for 2 or 3 years with the money I'm leaving you.
There you go.
And hopefully, and then I might have to bite your ice cream parlor, because there's a popular place in LA that have people standing out in line called Reese Diddy. I'm telling you, they'll be standing out in line outside at 2 o'clock in the morning to get an ice cream sandwich. So I might have to bite you on that one. So you're going to have to put a class together for the ice cream business, so we can do that too.
Matter of fact, I'm going to wait till I get in and run it for about 6 months to a year to see if the numbers where they say the numbers should be. But I will say this: I've given out samples for making homemade ice cream, giving out samples as I was getting the recipes down pat, and it has not been a day where while we building the building, where somebody's pulling on the door and asking, do I have any more samples left? And they want to buy them. I'll be like, nah, it's going to be another 2 weeks. But yeah, people are trying to buy them, and it's another one of those businesses, just like appliance repair. The worse the economy gets, the better ice cream get. Because you can't afford to take your girl out the roof of Chris. You say, man, let's ride out and get some ice cream, and sit out and eat some ice cream.
All day.
Yeah.
All day, every day. And that's the key thing right there. We, again, getting sold on that bill of goods, get away from the stuff that built this country and give it back to somebody else to build it.
Mm-hmm.
and we missing out. And that's why I posted that SBA as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's that generational gap. That financial gap becomes where we don't take advantage of the opportunity that we are allowed to take advantage of, or we make an opportunity with the appliance repair and this learn while you earn program that I didn't have to pay but $1,000 for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, I made that money back in the first 2 days. When I've got the license, I've got the LLC. By February the 2nd, I had Amazon and 210 Home Warranty calling me. And I did sign up with that other appliance repairman, but I'm about to kick them to the curb because I'm tired of going to places and you keeping this, and I'm not getting that. I'm cool on that. So I'm gonna get the SEO up so I can get those. I'm gonna get that fruit too. I'm sorry, you should not be in my town getting my money. I should be the most famous appliance repairman here. Even though I'm battling with some major companies here, it don't matter. It's too many. They don't have enough. There's not enough tech to go out there and service. I don't care how big your company is. You still need room for some other. It's still room for somebody else, unless you're in a small market.
You got 30 to 40 years where they done remove the skilled trades, and they ain't got nobody filling no back in. Right now, the HVAC company that's putting in my HVAC system, they got 40 technicians, and they 2 months out. and some of them are saying, hey, we're not taking any new customers. Not only us are fighting it, but the HVAC, the electricians, the plumbers, the welders, everybody is catching it. And it's a perfect storm for us to come in and get in here. And now that we're here and we're able now to take care of our daily needs and our family daily needs, now we can start really pushing for stuff that really matters, saying, hey, you need to find some way to get us where we can get our kids to get in here and get a contractor's license to be a HVAC or a plumber. You need to get us some pathway to get into there where some real money is at. Instead of you giving me a free education to be a social worker or early childhood development and all that.
Dude, I got a degree in criminal justice, thinking I was going to get out the truck, be a cop or a juvenile parole officer, probation officer, and I seen the money they make, and I was like, you want me to go through all? I was like, I'm disgusted. I'm staying in the truck. Now I'm in the truck with a degree that I owe $40,000 for, and I'm pissed. So I should have just bought a truck. I could have put that money into buying a truck and didn't want the responsibility. I'm 20-something years old. I got 2 kids. I should have just bought the truck. Eric and them out there killing it. I could have been out there doing the same thing, piece by piece. And I go back to when I first got my trucking license. An old cat pulled me to the side. He's like, I could have got you your license for free. I did not know how rich this dude was off of 5 trucks, 5 dump trucks in California. He was like, come out with me, with my guys and go see what they do. And he was so rich, it was ridiculous. He had to at least be doing $500,000 a year off that government contract, minority contract that they had to give up 5 to 20% to minorities. So I know he was killing it. And then not to mention any grant and anything else for that as well. So if we can get that, take control of that, like Dr. Claude Anderson say, we on that first floor, we need to get some economic power. Then we go buy our politicians, and then we start making some laws that benefit us to make this money. Because that's all they're doing. They're making laws to benefit them. That you don't see it, just like the jail, that 3 strikes you're out. That created that prison warehousing. So why not we take advantage of this, take our boys out of that system and put them in our system and create something that it's a little bit of an economy for us to make a global. My sons went down there protesting. I was like, look, you got to have somebody to bail you out. I'm not that one to be on the front line anymore.
Right.
So you got to have somebody to suffice that fight from behind the line. Somebody got to cook the food in war. Somebody got to make the uniforms in war. Somebody got to make the bullets. So I'm right here to bail your ass out. And thanks to our appliance repair, I can bail your ass out. No,
there you go.
We're not gonna bail. Yeah, we're gonna bail you out because we're gonna pay that money so I can get my money back. I'm not gonna fall in that trap and bond you out and then don't get no money back. So I got enough to bail your ass out. Let's move on and get my money back when we show up to court and tell these crackers to move on with their life. Sorry about that. But anyway. But yeah, again, man, bless you and your family. Keep this hustle going. Again, I can't wait September to get out there and meet everybody. And because you got all these other businesses that we're gonna be dabbling in. We got money. We got to put it somewhere. It ain't going to do nothing for us in the bank. but sit there and make that attitude be a little bit stronger every time you go in and look at it.
There you go.
so, so, but let me get off this line. Let's go get these last 2 stops so I can go home. But I appreciate you guys. Everybody get out there, get this money. And let's keep that community going. And I don't know why you have not made that Appliance Bootcamp Facebook. Charge us $10 a month. We owe you and your family. Let's give you another stream of income. I have no problem paying for what I earn.
Nah, like I tell you, I've gotten more from you guys than I've given you. Believe it, y'all have gave me life. I've gotten people I can talk business with. You know, prior to Appliance Bootcamp, I had one friend that I had really one guy I could talk some business. I had two. I had two brothers I could actually talk business with. But after that, it was it. And it was lonely. You didn't have anybody on this journey with you to actually inspire you. Now you all have inspired me. Like I said, looking at you all and hearing y'all conversations and the excitement and stuff, y'all so motivating. I want to get back in the truck and honest. I want to get back in the truck and actually start my business and stuff and keep running, because that's how inspiring you all are, to see y'all businesses growing up and y'all coming out, hiring your family members, the seeing y'all, seeing Lamar outfit his truck, and everything that you all are doing, seeing 89 Dr. Funk, come here to Appliance Bootcamp. Then he's fixing his HVAC system over the weekend. All that stuff. Osei Bean that came here. Not saying he was green. I mean, he was green. He did not know how to hold a pair of pliers. He had never didn't. He was one of the guys. I say it now because he's doing so well now. He was one of the guys where I had to act when I decided I need to actually start having a session before we start, where I teach people what is a pair of pliers, what is the screwdriver, how to use it. Because what happened when he showed up, he was one of the guys I asked him to give me a ratchet or a socket, and he gave me a screwdriver or a pair of pliers. And I asked him for something else, and then I asked him. I said, "You never used tools before?" He said, "No, I never seen them." And so then I asked the class, I was like, how many people ever worked with tools? And probably half the class had never picked up a pair of pliers or anything. And to see those guys, a lot of them are doing very well. Seeing them now where they came, and this the same people say that I have to be kind of careful. People say that that we're not able to create businesses, that we're not able to do these things. And look what you all are doing in such a short period of time. How many people now have found financial freedom, who got their businesses running? And y'all not running businesses to go out here and people say, oh, they get some money. They're going out buying Jordans and they're going to buy a new Lexus and stuff. Y'all are saying, I'm going to invest and build this up for the next generation. We're the most unselfish people it is. Especially they talk about African American men. For you all to come here and haven't done anything and before, as far as business or repairs, anything, and jumping here and just running and doing what y'all are doing is just unheard of.
And there is no job. It would take more time to interview with a company than to start your business right now with appliance repair or handyman or a TV mounting. I will not fill out another application. It would have to be, I might have to lose a finger or two for me to fill out another application. But there is no way in the world I'm going to beg somebody else for a job. And I was going to say something rude about these people that I had to beg. And I even told my son, I apologized to him the other day for allowing you to put you in that system so that you got to beg somebody for a job. I'm looking at buying a little condo so they can pay, him and his brother live together now. They can pay the family and a trust to the family to have a partner. And we can keep that little condo in a family in a trust where it does never get sold. Whoever lives there that can need a helping hand, if you don't have to pay rent for 4 or 5 months, you got a helping hand up. Even if you're not in my appliance repair business or whatever else, I'm going to put something together where you can get up and the next man can get up, because if I get you 4 up and if you get 4 up, we make it grow just like this COVID did. Let's make it grow just like this. It showed us how we can multiply really quick with a few dollars. At the most I spent, I had tools already. The most I spent is probably $600 on tools, and most of that was paid for. I didn't get my lift table. I only used it one time, but I let somebody else pay me to do something, and I picked up the lift table on the way to the job.
Mm-hmm.
So they paid for it. I didn't have to come out of no pocket for it. I got $50 just for bringing it to them and letting it sit there for a day. But in the meantime, what was it? Because I can't read, man, when he spoke earlier last week, that was perfect timing because he's so real about it that if you don't get out here and take a chance, we're willing to take chances on putting somebody, one of our people who look like us in the dirt. We're taking chances on selling stuff that's going to kill people that look like us in the dirt. But we don't want to take the chance. We're not going to die for putting a business together. You're not going to die for trying to put a business together. And the word trying shouldn't even exist. Put a business together. Sell a service or a product. And the fastest way for us to get some money is to sell the service. It's Glendon Cameron, Erica Williams, yourself, and another dude named Kareem the Herbalist. I swear this has been my training for the last 6 years, listening to this stuff, and then this click. I also I was going to do computer programming and make that type of money too, which I can go do some coding as well. But I'm worth to go get this money instead of sitting in the office waiting on you to give me $50 an hour. I can go make $85 an hour.
That's no.
Now,
who was that? Who was the other guy? I listened to Erica and I listened to Glendon. Who's the other guy?
Kareem the Herbalist. He has a business channel as well, but he's an herbalist and he does a healthy living. But I ran into him through business. He's out of Arizona. He put me up on game with the SBA. He was like, file your paperwork. $1,000 in your account for nothing, for just filing your paperwork. So when you see those, you take advantage of those opportunities. Nobody else is out here to teach you that. Nobody else they're not telling you that the guy that got the dentist's office may have a grant. He came from a low-income family. Or he's half black and you don't even know it. So he's a minority business. So get out there and get it. But even if you don't do none of that, get you a service. Provide a service. People are going to pay cash. It's so funny when I put my hand out for that money and they peel that money right off. It's the funniest thing to me because I had to go cash a check before. Back in the day, going to check cashing places. Now I go to my account and dump some money in there and be like, man, let me pull over so I can break this up real quick. Because it's a game now. It's so fun to break it up because I know where it's at. I know where it went. We buying guns and stuff like that. Told my girl, I bought her a gun. Go pick up your gun. I ain't got to worry about it. My daughter was talking about, let's go to Ghana. I said, look it up. We go next year. I'm taking 7 people to Ghana next year. If it's not next summer, it's going to be the winter of that. Wherever their summer is, we're going. In the next 2 years, we'll be out there, and I'm not going to worry about a thing. I can turn everything off, or I can put in 2 years or a year, I can have somebody out there running my stuff for me. And I got a sub that I met through another thing. I had to go ahead and put him up on game. Hey, look, go run these for me. He only charges $25 for a service call. I get $75. No brainer right there. Yeah. Even if he goes up to double it to $50, I still make $25 for you just to make the service call. And if I decide that if they move forward with the repair, I can either let you go do it and I take my little $25 and walk away, or I can go say, nah, I'm not gonna have you do it. I'm gonna go drop that ice maker in and get this easy money. So, and he's been doing it like 9 years. So it's always going to be that where I'm not hate to say taking advantage, but take advantage of the opportunity to create this wealth and pay it forward because you're going to go, none of that money can go with you. So why can't I give somebody else the game? There's so much game in the cemetery. They couldn't express it. They didn't have the internet to share it. They didn't have these type of tools to share it. The people, and then just like you said, I shake my tool bag with my stepson. And he'd be like, oh, my God, the whole weekend is gone. I took that from you when you said your grandfather then would be, you see that tool bag, you try to run. Yeah. You try to run when I say let's go, he'd be like, oh, my God, we're going to be gone all day. But too bad. I need some help. Let's go. My daughter is 13. I have her putting up TVs, putting beds together. She hates it. But you want something, don't you? You want to order this off of Amazon? I'll show you how to go get it. Because I'll be damned if you're going to starve when you get away from me. So I'm going to show you in the back of your head, you're going to always know how to go get some money. So I can go put a TV up for somebody. I can go change this for somebody. I'm going to give you that basics and you're gonna be mechanically inclined as a girl sitting around here like, what is this boy talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I truly appreciate you guys, the whole community. Everybody is always helping. Put those model numbers up as well as your issue and follow those steps. I got to get better at refrigeration because they are calling me with. So I got 7 refrigerators in the queue right now. I'm like, Jesus. When it's an LG or a Samsung, I'll be like, does it have a linear compressor? I get over there, I was like, yeah, I can already tell you what's going on with this mug. So,
there you go.
But I'll take that $125 and I'll keep it pushing. And if you want a second opinion, that's another thing. You gave some good game on that. If you're having a problem, ask them for a second opinion. Amazon was like, I said, I can give her money back right now. The lady was like, you already went out there? You ain't giving her nothing back. We're sending somebody else out there. I was like, what? I was like, I had no money. I was like, okay, bye. And they said the same thing I said. The refrigerator is dead.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted, oh, he could have did this, he could have did that.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your refrigeration license at?
Mm-hmm.
Like, sir, you don't need refrigeration license with the appliance repair.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your business license at? There you go. Where's your contractor's license at? Don't need none of that. Here you go. There's my business license. There go my insurance and Kick Rock.
There you go.
Elvis, brothers, go get that Hitchcock insurance. $40 a month for your business. Now, if you need for that other company for Old Republic, you're going to have to go to Liberty Mutual or one of the other companies. And make sure you take the documents. Old Republic give you all the game you need to bring it to your broker to say, hey, this is what I need. I need this to get my money. If you can't do it, I'll go to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, appreciate you, Brent. Can't wait to put that DAP on you and get some more game because there's so many more businesses to start out here. And we could be just like the other people. They always asking us what you do for a living. I ask them what they do for a living. Somebody just gave me some game about solar energy. So why not? Let's talk. Let's get that money. It's out there for us. It is out there. Somebody else is going to be a multi-millionaire from another business. It's going to be another Facebook. It's going to be another Amazon or something similar that's going to make some money in 10 years. And we're going to like, why we didn't think of that? We didn't have a think tank. Now we got a think tank of putting that energy out there and creating tools or whatever the case may be. We know what the business needs. Why not create it for ourselves and sell it to somebody that didn't know it existed? So, again, let me get to this next stop. I'm sitting out in front of this lady's house. I know she's looking out her window like, hey, come on in here.
All right, enjoy talking to you. Can't wait to see you, man.
All right, I see you guys. All right, that's Marcus Smith with LV Handy. You guys have a wonderful evening. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, that's the last call I'm taking tonight. I'm going to get off. Once again, I want to thank you all for all that you have done with this appliance repair and appliance boot camp. Like I say, in my wildest dreams, I could not have dreamed that this will happen the way it has happened. And to see all the entrepreneurs that have came forward, all the people who are making money, and like I said, that's the same. Everything that you all have done, that's the way I was when I came into this business almost 20 years ago, and it's still producing the same results and stuff. And to be able to say, hey, I'm able to walk away from my job now, to have the money in the bank, to be able to have the money in the bank to take care of issues when they come up. I don't have to worry about them. I'm gonna be honest. I'm doing this ice cream parlor, putting this ice cream parlor. The appliance repair is paid for me to be able to do the ice cream parlor, and for me to have the time to sit there and work with those young men along with my son, and to be able to have the finances to actually to do it. I would have never thought in a million years I'd be able to do it and not to be hurt with doing it. And even the people who other businesses that's around here with me. I came in here. I have people were building their businesses, buildings. They had bought their buildings before I bought mine. I came in, I bought mine, and by the time we're done, I would have been able to refurbish and renovate the building with unskilled labor, with two guys and myself. They had never done anything. Come here, renovate the building, put it together, start a profitable business in it and get them up and running before they get their one up. And here it is. We're not supposed to know business. And I'm saying people just hadn't giving us the exposure to do it. Because now that we're getting the exposure to do it, we're seeing how easy it is. And once you got the finances and the money where you can now go out here and start the other businesses. Hey, our situation is going to change in the next 10 years. If we keep going the way we're going now, our situation in the next 10 years is going to be totally different because it's not just some local here. This thing is taking a life of its own, and it's just sweeping across. And you got so many people in here now, and so many people making money, and I just love it. So on that note, I want to tell y'all thank you. I'm still waiting for them to fix the air conditioning here, so I got the door kind of cracked, and I'm now getting some flies flying in here. You might see them flying by my head. I'm gonna get these out, and I'm gonna get out of here so they can finish the air conditioning thing next couple of days. I'll see y'all again on Thursday. Thank y'all for tuning in, and if you hadn't already, if you want to get the same results that all these guys are getting, go to Appliance Boot Camp, sign up for our course, and you can get the same blueprint that they have. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll talk to you all later.